Today we're going to show you how to can tomatoes, bell pepper, onions, and celery mix. Hi, this is Faith with This and That Homestead. Okay, so you grew your garden and you have all these tomatoes, bell peppers, and you don't know what to do with all of it. There are many uses you can use this mixture in. To make your meals taste better, to go further, and a quicker prep work for your meals. Chili, casserole, meatloaf, spaghetti, vegetable soup, and beans are just some to name a few. Okay, here are some of the things you'll need. Tomatoes, bell peppers, onions, and celery. If you want to add minced garlic to this, you can. If you want to add some jalapeno to some jars and make it more of a rotel mix, you can do that also. Now you can leave any of these out if you want. This is just the stuff that we use when we would normally cook, so it just makes it easier on the prep work when you have it already, everything together and cooked and it's all been chopped and it's ready. And you can basically add this to almost every meal. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with cleaning the tomatoes.
Put a little vinegar in the water. Washing these up a little bit. We're about at the end of the season of our tomatoes. Then we're just kind of like rinsing them here. Then we start kind of throw them up on that towel and let them dry. Well, not dry, but just drain so we can have room to wash more. We've been doing 4 canner loads a day.
Okay, so you're going to want to put your tomatoes in a basket and put it in boiling water, which the tomatoes do cool down the water quite a bit and stop it from boiling. So usually about 30 seconds, and then they'll start cracking, and then you can put them in cold water. Okay, so now that these tomatoes are cracked, we're going to put them in cold water, let them sit a bit, start another batch to boil. Usually by then, the tomatoes are cooled off enough that you can start peeling them. Some people core the tomatoes. We have a lot of tomatoes. We're not coring them. Even when you buy them from the grocery store, the stewed tomatoes, they're not even cored, so you can core them if you want or not. It's quicker and easier not to core them. It's just up to you on what you want to do. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and smash your tomatoes or go ahead and put it in a food processor. Doesn't matter the size, whichever way you want to do it, if you want it more chunky or not. Okay, so now you're going to add your onion, celery, and bell pepper. And then mix this up really well. There's not any measurements for the celery, bell pepper, onions. It's just how much you prefer. On this large pan, we use 3 large onions. The bell pepper is what we got out of our garden, so it's just what we had that day out of our garden. Okay, so you're going to want to bring this up to a boil and then set your timer for 10 minutes. And as you're waiting for this to boil, you could go ahead and get your jars ready. Since this is going to be hot, you're going to need your jars hot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fill our jars and leave a 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, so now we're going to debubble. We're going to slide it down on the outside edge and then push it towards the center and try to get all the bubbles out. Okay, so you want to leave a 1/2 inch headspace, so you may need to add a little bit more juice to it to get that 1/2 inch. So you want to have some vinegar in a bowl and put some vinegar on a paper towel and wipe off the rim to make sure you get any settlement that might have got on there off so your lid will seal. Okay, so you want to put the ring on now, and you don't want it really, really tight. You want it finger tight. Okay, so now we're going to just repeat that process until we have all the jars filled up. Okay, so we added 3 quarts of water to the pans and some vinegar to the pans. And the vinegar is to help keep your jars clean and to help keep the inside of your canner from turning black. So now you want to inspect your lid, make sure that you're able to see light through this hole. And oil your gasket if yours calls for it to be oiled. You can use vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever you have on hand. Okay, so turn your stove on high and wait for it to vent. Then we will start the timer for 10 minutes once it starts venting. Okay, so this one just started puffing, so we're going to go ahead and write down the time for this one and set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so it vented for 10 minutes and now we're going to put on the jiggler and we're going to wait for it to jiggle. Okay, so they just started jiggling, so set your timer for 20 minutes and don't forget to write it down just in case your timer fails. Okay, so the timer just went off, and so we're going to turn them off and wait for the pin to drop. Okay, so the pinch just dropped and we're going to go ahead and take off the jigglers now. Okay, so you're going to want to open up your lid and make sure that you open it up away from you so the steam doesn't come and get you in the face. You're going to want to let this sit for 24 hours and then remove the browns. Check the lids, make sure everything's sealed. If you had any that didn't seal, go ahead and put those in the refrigerator and use those up. Don't forget to label and date the lids. If anyone has any questions about anything, go ahead and leave us a comment down below. And if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we put out another video like this. Thanks for watching.